everyone, I'm Jade with HiveNation. HiveNation is an SAP marketplace built for consultants by consultants. We're here to help every independent SAP consultant like yourself to not only find your next project, but also help you to grow your income, your skills, and your network. On this show, we bring on the world's experts to discuss everything from how to implement the latest trends in SAP and technology into your everyday operations to helping you take your career in SAP to the next level. Check us out and join today at HiveNation.com. Welcome, everyone, to our very first Hive Nation podcast episode. Thank you all for joining us today. We are very excited with the launch of our platform and our journey to empowering SAP consultants. Today, we're here with one of our Hive Nation founders, Steve Brooks, to tell us all about Hive Nation, why he started it, and how it's disrupting the SAP marketplace. So please welcome Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Jade. Thanks for the opportunity. We're very excited to bring HiveNation to the SAP marketplace.
Yeah, this is something you guys, you and your team have been working on for a little bit. So let's dive right into it. What is HiveNation?
HiveNation is really a platform and community focused on supporting the SAP professional and personal growth of independent consultants. It's really two things. One, it's a platform, so it's not a traditional staffing company. We don't recruit staff and negotiate rates, but it's truly a platform for independent consultants to engage in the SAP consulting community and market. It's really focused on SAP consultants. So if you look at other platforms and services out there, you'll see most really cater to companies versus to consultants. And our focus is really catering to consultants, whether you're a current independent SAP consultant or if you're somebody working for a company doing SAP consulting work, if you're working for a big four consulting company, we have opportunities to allow you to move into the independent consulting market as well. So it's really, again, a platform focused on the SAP independent consulting community.
That sounds awesome. So it sounds like there's actually not a lot out there specifically for the independent SAP consultant. You know, you mentioned things like big four consulting firms and having the ability to kind of help them transition. So what does Hive Nation really consist of?
What we've done is taken the concepts that are available. You know, let's say you work for a large company or a large consulting company. There's typically a number of things you're doing beyond just your consulting work. So they're providing you a community to share information with your fellow consultants, you know, forums to share information, services that you would receive, such as benefits, and then opportunities to grow and learn. And for the most part, none of that really exists for the independent consulting community. So what we're providing is a platform that will have our SAP community. So you'll have a forum to be able to join Hive Nation, share content and knowledge with your peers, really leverage the collective knowledge just as you would in a larger company or consulting firm. We're going to provide services to independent consultants. Many independent consultants don't have things such as opportunities for health benefits, services to get started, such as creating your company, getting accounting services, and then typically you don't have opportunities for growth and learning. So we intend to provide career growth opportunities and learning. So you'll be able to join and get training and recommendations on how you move to your next level within your career. And then finally, we'll be providing a marketplace where consultants can engage directly with clients. So today, many independent consultants have to go through recruiting firms, other companies, but we'll provide an online marketplace where consultants can join, create your profile, set your rate, and work directly with your client.
So Hive Nation sounds like a one-stop shop for the independent consultant, kind of, you know, what you had mentioned where, you know, some of the resources and support you get from a big four is now provided for the independent who is usually just on your own. So whether you're starting to become independent and the services we provide and helping you make that transition, or you've been an independent for quite some time and you're wanting to book more work and grow to the next level, find out about new trends and have a community and support, which I know for a lot of independent SAP consultants just really doesn't exist. It's kind of a very solo path. So this sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I think there's a couple things. One, as I mentioned at the beginning, this platform in HiveNation is focused on consultants. So it's been designed by consultants for consultants. We've really taken the collective experience of many people who have worked in the industry for many years to build what we think is a real focus on consultants. So we're going to help independent consultants get a fair rate in the marketplace, and we're going to provide consultants all the services that they need to be successful and to collaborate with their peers. Another, I think, big difference is that we're not a staffing company. So as a platform, we're going to provide full rate transparency. As I mentioned before, consultants will be able to set their rate, clients will have visibility to what that rate is, and consultants will also have visibility to what the clients are paying for them. In today's market, it's not unusual for a company to pay $250 an hour to somebody for an independent consultant, and the consultant could make $70 or $80 an hour. And there's very little transparency, both for the company and for the consultant. So what we're providing is an opportunity for consultants to really make more money, clients to pay less. We're eliminating the middleman and really providing that transparency that doesn't exist in the market today.
And that would be because a lot of staffing platforms, they really cater to companies and not the consultants. Is that right?
That's right. And in many cases, you may have two or three consulting companies sitting in between the consultant and the company or client that's paying for the work. So, this will be a huge benefit to consultants to make more money and for everybody in the market to have visibility to the rates that are out there.
And this is helpful for companies as well, though, too. I mean, this transparency and plus being able to directly book right online. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So the model really is search, click, and engage. So companies will be able to determine what they need for a particular consulting role. They can go into HiveNation, provide the detailed information that they need with respect to the skills they're looking for, the duration of the role, any types of certifications or training or experience that they might have, and simply do a search and pull up a list of consultants that fit their request within their rate range. And then we'll be able to book interviews and actually engage consultants right there with the click of a mouse. So we've made it very easy for not just the consultant, but for clients to engage the consultants they need.
And this is SAP specific, which I think is another huge differentiator from other consulting type of platforms out there. Can you talk a little bit about some of the consulting platforms you've seen on the market and how HiveNation differs?
Yeah, so most of the platforms that exist today, I would say, generalize the skills that are in the SAP market. As most people who engage and practice in the SAP market understand. If you look across all the skills that are out there, there are probably hundreds of different skills. So, as an example, a client might look for an FICO consultant. But really, there may well be additional skills that they want, that might go deep into general ledger, perhaps fixed asset accounting. What HiveNation provides is really that SAP specific deep language for clients and consultants to communicate by. So companies will be able to provide a much better view or profile of what they need for a particular consulting role, down to very, very specific SAP skills that will match what our consultants have included in their profile. So, again, I think a lot of platforms out there are very general, whereas we've taken our collective knowledge of the SAP industry and built that into our platform for both consultants and companies.
Yeah, I think that's a really important distinction. Like what you said, it can get pretty granular, whereas other platforms, or I've even seen people looking for jobs via Facebook groups on SAP. It's very broad, and you're not getting some of the specialized, independent expertise that a company may be.
Yeah. And in addition, we're focused on SAP, but that really includes the entire SAP ecosystem. So in addition to your traditional SAP roles, we have additional skills and consultants that run across not just your SAP technical skills, but project management, change management. If you need testing experts, for example, specialize in Jira, we'll have all of those skills and consultants that really play a part in the overall SAP ecosystem available within HiveNation, as well as highlighting people's skills. So, one of the important things that companies look for in consultants are skills beyond just their technical or SAP configuration knowledge. So we will also provide opportunities for consultants to improve those skills, as well as clients to.
Right. And that's kind of the great thing about Hive Nation is you may be coming into this as, a functional SAP consultant and grow into project manager. Whereas, if you were completely independent, that journey may take a bit longer, maybe a bit more arduous. So it's great to have support and an actual career growth pathway to follow, where you just plug in and take the necessary steps, and you've made your own promotion. So why did you and your other founding partners start Hive Nation? How did this come about?
So how HiveNation really came about is, having been in the SAP consulting industry for quite some time, probably over 20 years now, along with the other founders in our company, we recognize that the independent marketplace is really an underserved community of professionals. So, having worked for companies directly, having worked for a big four consulting firm, and then more recently been a business owner employing independent consultants, we have a pretty good view and understanding of what life is like for independent consultants and how they really fit in the overall SAP marketplace. So, um, understanding and recognizing again that they're an underserved community, we wanted to focus on creating a real community, a real opportunity for them to grow and learn, and to really realize the financial benefits that they should be. I think typically independent consultants are underpaid. They're somewhat alone in the workforce without a community to rely on. So with Hive Nation, we're providing both that community as well as an opportunity for them to really earn their value and grow in the marketplace.
And a lot of other platforms really focus on that marketplace part, right? Where they really think that uh, financial growth and stability is pretty much the only thing that people really look for when you start to freelance, or when you open your own company. And here in Hive Nation, I love that you guys have recognized that that's just a small, or not small, pretty large, but that's just a portion
Yeah, yeah. Having made that move myself and working with a lot of SAP consultants who have made that move or who are working independently, you realize that there are some pretty big gaps out there. So, a typical example would be somebody leaving a big four consulting firm. They have people who staff them. So there's people finding them work, putting them on projects. They have consistent paychecks. They have a community of consultants that they can speak to for help. They have tools and templates and, just general benefits that you see provided by other companies. So, 401k programs, health benefits, mentors. And so what we're providing with HiveNation is really those types of services and community and professional growth opportunities for consultants to really thrive and learn and grow in the independent SAP consulting market. So we're creating a community that'll provide independent consultants a support network. You'll be able to communicate and engage in forums to get help for your project needs. If you have clients that ask you questions where you don't know the answer, you'll be able to within HiveNation's community reach out to experts and other consultants for help and answers. We're going to provide services to help people begin their journey as an independent consultant. So typically, the first step is to set up a company. You need business insurance, you need benefits, and we're going to be a one-stop shop to provide all those things for consultants that are joining the market, as well as additional services for consultants that are out there. So you may need accounting and payroll services. You may need health benefits, like I mentioned, all those things to really move into the independent consulting market. We're going to make available to independents and make it very easy for them. And then one of the other areas that's typically a big gap with independent consultants is learning and growing. So most independent consultants are, as good as their last project. Many consultants will work at a client for a long period of time and maybe on older versions of SAP, for example. So, as part of HiveNation, we'll be able to provide consultants with an opportunity for training. So, you can get trained in the most recent versions of SAP, for example. We're going to provide training and learning opportunities that'll help you grow personally around some of the soft skills like communication, project management, and really make yourself more valuable in the market.
So when you say that independent consultants, when they first leave and they jump on board, let's say to a staffing company, you talked a little bit about how Hive Nation really provides transparency, whereas other companies may not. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the other differences? If you're stepping away and you want to venture out for the first time, and instead of going, down that staffing model, and you want to go with Hive Nation, in addition to the community and the ability to help start your own business, what are some of the other benefits long term?
Being an independent consultant, you really can begin to manage your own career, which in turn allows you to manage your own professional and personal time. Most people who are consultants today are traveling a lot on the weekends. You're working, 60, 70 hours a week, which is for your client plus, other work you're asked to do. As you move into being an independent consultant, you have a lot more flexibility in terms of how you work, who you work with, what roles you want to take on, and it really allows you to create flexibility and balance between your work and your personal life.
Right, and that's super important if you're planning that 3-month vacation in Europe, right? As soon as restrictions are lifted.
That's right.
I think that's such a great thing, especially in today's world where things are moving more towards a hybrid or work from home model. Is the ability to have complete autonomy over how you spend your time.
Yeah, and the combination of really having the opportunity to make more money when you're not working for a staffing company or even a traditional company. You have the opportunity to make more money working fewer hours. It obviously frees up a lot of time and flexibility. So yeah, you can take on a 6 month project and plan a 3 month vacation and then come back and work for another 3 months. And, oftentimes you'll be able to make the same amount of money that you did previously, but to spend 3 months doing something for yourself.
Yeah, and I think, and we'll get into a little bit more down the line about how exactly Hive Nation works. But I think one of my favorite things that I've seen with Hive Nation that's very different from other types of consulting platforms or online marketplace platforms is, unlike those platforms where you're constantly having to submit yourself, submit your resume, and you can spend all day doing this, submitting yourself over and over and over again. Here, it works in the opposite fashion, where companies just go through your search algorithm and can quickly find what they need and send you a booking or an interview, and all you need to do is really set up the dates that you are or aren't available. So if you're going on that 3 month vacation, you can just say, this is when I get back, and not have to worry about it. And you may have, you can just check in periodically and see which interviews are already lined up for you, and you don't actually have to keep submitting during that 3 month vacation. I think is a really important differentiator.
Yeah, one of the tools that we'll have available to consultants within Hive Nation is the ability to schedule your time and your availability. So as you mentioned, you can block your time out into the future if you're staffed or just generally unavailable. You can make yourself unavailable to companies that are out there searching. So you really have the opportunity to manage your time and availability and staffing through Hive Nation.
So we've heard a little bit about your background and why you started this and why this was important to you. So can you tell me a little bit about the team behind Hive Nation?
Yeah. So our core team that initially developed Hive Nation are all former SAP professionals that have been consulting in the market for over 20 years, and similar to my background, have worked in industry, have worked in big consulting firms, have worked independently. So really the concepts for Hive Nation with respect to the SAP marketplace, we started developing that probably 2 years ago. And then over the last 18 months have brought on a strong community team. So we have a team fully dedicated to really connecting and providing collaboration and support to consultants. And we've brought on a team that's focused team of community professionals. So their sole purpose is to help grow the community, help connect consultants together, and really provide opportunities for the community to grow, for consultants to connect within the community as well as with companies. Supporting all of that, we have a strong technology and back office support team. So in addition to our platform and our community, we have all of the capabilities to support our technology, to pay our consultants, all those things you need from back office support. And then finally, strong partnerships in the SAP ecosystem. So we're looking to connect our Hive Nation community with other communities that are out there within the SAP ecosystem to really support the professional
So it sounds like
needs of
you
independent
and a
consultants.
few coworkers and friends, all in the SAP space, kind of woke up one day and thought, "Wow, there's really a need for a disruption in the SAP marketplace," starting with the financial benefits, and it sounds like it grew from there. And I love that about startup worlds, right? It starts from an own your own personal need and the ability to, with your specialized knowledge, the ability to go out and address that need and fix it.
Yeah, and again, a lot of that has come from working with independent consultants that have been out there in the market that, you can call them hired guns that are out working day to day with clients, but don't really have that community of peers who they can connect to, who don't have some of the services that we were talking about, and then consultants who have been in the big four and other consulting company grinds for a long time, and helping them move out of big consulting into independent consulting, which typically is a frightening proposition for a lot of people. So what we built is that opportunity and those services for them to easily transition
Right.
from a consulting company into the independent world.
And you mentioned that it's an online platform, but how exactly does HiveNation work?
It's actually very easy. You log into HiveNation, you register, you'll take a short assessment to credentialize your SAP skills and capabilities. And from there, you join HiveNation. So once you're in HiveNation, you'll have access to participate in our community forum where you'll have the opportunity to communicate directly with your other HiveNation peers to answer questions, to get information you might need. We have a host of podcasts and webinars that'll focus on all kinds of different functional, technical, and even soft skill areas around SAP. And then a real opportunity to share experience and knowledge with your peers. You'll also be able to create a profile with your skills, your preferred rate. We're going to have an introduction video, so clients will be able to get a sense of how you might interact with them, your availability, and then you'll be able to manage all of your opportunities within your consulting dashboard. So again, it's very easy to join. Once you join, you'll have access to our community and our marketplace. We'll also have additional opportunities to grow your career. We're going to have HiveNation badging and testing. So you'll be able to take tests and earn badges that'll further improve your profile and visibility to clients as you're looking for jobs. A whole library of tools and templates and learning that you'll be able to leverage for your projects and to grow as you move through your career.
So for the consultant, it's really just setting up your profile and keeping that profile updated with, further certifications and whatnot and badges, as you had mentioned, and really just having that run on autopilot. Like once you get that all set up and you update it a few times, that's really just about it. All you have to do is kind of sit back and wait for projects to come to you, and be as involved in the community and your own growth as you want.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be a short time to create your profile and set up your availability, and then HiveNation will be available both through the web and on your mobile device. So you'll be able to manage your interviews, any opportunities for clients to engage you, manage your timesheets, all from your mobile device. So it's very easy to use.
And setting up that profile is something that we want you to be very successful in. And so we have team members here in our community that can help you set up that video introduction, review your resume to help you put your best foot forward. And this is really kind of a hands-on process from Hive Nation to help you get the best work and get the best projects and move up in your career goals.
Yeah, that's right. And as our back office support and services, will be reviewing consultants' online profiles, resumes, rates, videos, as you mentioned, all to make sure that all of the Hive Nation consultants are putting their best foot forward.
And so, is this just for SAP independent consultants? Who would you say is the perfect person for HiveNation?
So really, HiveNation is for all current and future independent professionals that are in the SAP ecosystem. So, we welcome all functional and technical SAP consultants, project managers, change managers, everybody that's involved in delivering SAP projects and SAP support, as well as many of the partner technologies. So, as an example, there are many third-party products that are required in the SAP marketplace. You might be a middleware expert in Informatica, for example. We would welcome you into HiveNation. Um, we'll have consultants that will focus in reporting and visualization, for example, Tableau. So again, really everybody that's in the SAP ecosystem is welcomed into HiveNation.
Are there any requirements to join HiveNation?
Nope, the only requirement is that you're interested in working as an independent, whether today or in the future, and that you are practicing in your particular area of expertise.
Thank you, Steve, for kind of rounding out what is HiveNation and why HiveNation. Is there anything that you'd like to leave today, some parting words? In today's SAP marketplace, why is something like HiveNation so important?
Yeah, I think as you look at where our economy is heading with respect to the broader technology marketplace and the SAP marketplace, it's clear we're moving more towards the gig economy. A lot of companies nowadays are providing fewer benefits and options for stability, and consultants really need to take a more active role in their development and ability to engage in projects and to remain staffed. So, why is HiveNation important? It's really an opportunity for consultants to proactively manage your career, your flexibility, and your future.
Really well said. I love that. You're so right. In this gig economy, especially with some of the new legal changes regarding independent contractors, which we'll discuss in a future podcast episode, this is the future, especially for some of our younger consultants out there. As you've seen, long gone are the days of working for a company for 40 years. It's now taking ownership over your own destination, your own retirement, whether that's at 65 or 45. Now it's entirely up to you. So thank you, Steve, for breaking that down, and thank you, everyone, for listening. Our next show will be announced on both our site, hivenation.com, and in our HiveNation community app. So download the app today to stay up to date with the latest SAP trends, learn new practical solutions, and network with some of our SAP experts, including Steve here. He's on the platform. Connect with him. Ask him your dying SAP questions. He'll be very responsive. Send him a DM through that. And feel free to send us any questions or requests to community@hivenation.com. Until next time, this is Jade with HiveNation, a platform built for SAP consultants by consultants.